Hi, I'm Lydeen Noble and I'm from 10th grade. And my project and title is about why does blood turn red when it comes in contact with oxygen? Because there's a thing people think that blood is blue when it's inside your body due to the color of our veins. But I wanted to test this theory to see if it was true or not. And so with my project, I did a few research about blood. We all know what blood is exactly, but I had to get deeper into it and know what it was made out of, like what was in it, and what gave it its color. So blood is a substance that's mostly made of water, but it has platelets, white blood cells, red blood cells, and plasma. It has little minerals in it, also like iron and hemoglobin and those stuff. And so when blood circulates through our body, it usually goes to our lungs to pick up oxygen, like the thing that's in the air. It picks that up. And so during my research, I learned that blood is usually like a light pink color. It's a light pink color when it has no oxygen, but when it does have oxygen, it's more of like a dark red color. And so what usually gives it its dark red color is its red blood cells that's in the blood. And so when those red blood cells picks up the oxygen, it tends to get much darker. And inside those red blood cells is two main things is iron and hemoglobin. And so when those two minerals come in contact with oxygen, it tends to make the red blood cell and the blood itself red. And so that gave me an idea with my hypothesis of saying maybe the reason why blood turns red when it comes in contact with oxygen is because it usually has a chemical reaction with certain things that's in the oxygen in the air, because we usually take breaths and that limits us how much chemicals and stuff that we breathe in. And so it's either has a chemical reaction with whatever's in the air, or it could be due to the fact that the blood came outside of our bodies. And usually a normal average body temperature is 98.9 degrees Fahrenheit, but a room temperature is 69 or around that amount. And so it probably has to do with temperature and in rooms and stuff like that. Or it could be from, what was it? It could be either from how much oxygen is in it, because as I said before, that when we breathe in, we're taking a certain amount of oxygen, and so since it's out of our body, it just takes in a whole bunch more. So for my project, I didn't really have a lot of material used. I didn't use actual blood. I didn't use real human blood or animal blood. I wouldn't want to go through that because I have a fear of needles. So I got an idea of buying something off of Amazon, a color changing powder. So when it's warm or hot, it tends to get a light blue. But when it's cold, it turns to a darker shade of the blue that it already is. And so I took a bunch of pictures, and so this is what it looks like when it's on my hand. It's kind of hard to see because of the glare of the sun, but it turns to a lighter blue, which I intended for it, since my body temperature is kind of hot compared to room temperature, which is, it looks like this. And then I've tried to do something I want to see what it's with something much hotter or colder. And so I decided to put it in a bowl and put it in hot water straight from the faucet. And so as you can see, it's a lot lighter, around the edges and right in the center, right in the middle, right there. So it got to a much lighter blue. And then with cold water, it kind of got a lot darker, I could say. And so I've also graphed the different temperatures and how it reacted. With the graph going up, this is powder 2 with the heat, in that it got lighter. And the orange line is powder 1 for when it come in contact with colder water, or colder air, anything that's colder. And so it got darker. So for my conclusion, I believe that, and well, not what just I believe, but due to all my research and my experience, I believe that blood is not blue, it's just red inside and outside the body, just in general. And I think the reason why we think it's blue is because of like the sunlight and like wavelengths and sunlight going into our arms and making it look like our veins are blue. So which gave us the idea like, oh, blood is blue inside of our bodies. So I could say this was an interesting experiment, and that I hope you learned something, because I know I did, about blood and stuff, and we have to learn more about our bodies. So I hope you enjoyed this, because I know I did.